Could title this one "The Sound from the Building." It's about the mid '80s. Me, a whole bunch of my friends, I think my cousin at the time, we were all in a three-story building and all hanging out on the third floor. Hanging out, talking, throwing various pieces of stones, sheetrock at walls or whatever. And there was a lull, I guess, in the conversation of 6 or 7 of us standing there. And I remember going, "Do you guys hear that?" That was my infamous line when I was younger. "Did you hear that? Did you hear that?" It could have been water dropping from the ceiling. And, "Oh, did you hear that?" It was always, But I heard something, and I was pretty sure of it. So I told my friends. I said, "Did you guys hear that?" And they were like, "What?" Now everybody's quiet. Now I could hear it clearer. I could hear it slightly clearer. That it's definitely a noise, and it's still making a sound. The sound is still going. So I tell my friends, I'm like, and my brother, I'm like, "Listen, when we walk down to the second floor and just see what's up, I think somebody's in the building." So we were like, "All right." Everybody was like, "Okay, yeah, let's go check this out." So when we got to the stairwell, you could hear the noise a little bit louder, and it sounded like music, or it sounded like a melody. And we're all looking at each other, "What's that? What is that?" We don't know. We're slowly going down the stairs from the third floor to the second floor. We go into the second floor, onto the second floor, and you hear this music a little bit louder now, and it's continuing, and it hasn't stopped. We're in an abandoned building, and there's 6 of us or 7 of us, and this noise is still being made from an unknown source. As I'm listening to it, I could make out the familiar sound or the familiar melody of the music, and it was the music of Super Mario Brothers, which is even more bizarre because who would be playing Super Mario Brothers on Nintendo in an abandoned building? That's just wild. And we got to the second floor. You could hear it very clearly. You could even hear like the jumps and the coins sounds and the shrinking and the fireballs, or there's all the sounds that would make the all the way from one stage to the next, I guess. And we're all looking at each other in complete disbelief because where's the sound coming from, and who is playing Nintendo in an abandoned building? Well, since we made it to the first floor, we could clearly hear that it was coming from the basement. Super Mario Brothers theme coming from the basement. I remember walking to the stairwell, and there's no doubt in any of our minds that it is indeed coming from the basement. I remember taking 2 steps and going, "You know what? This is just too damn weird for me." And all of us, I think, agreed. We were leaving that building right then and there. Looking back on it now, or even looking back on it years later, it never made any sense how that sound was being made unless somebody made a recording of them playing Super Mario Brothers and would sit in a pitch black basement, knowing that there were people upstairs, coming down the stairs to investigate, and you would still be insane enough to just keep playing the music? Didn't make any sense to me then. It doesn't make any sense to me now. I looked it up in the past, and I looked it up before I even started telling this story, but the Nintendo Game Boy didn't come out until 1989. So it wasn't that. And there was no power in the building, so it's not like somebody would or could have even hooked up a Nintendo in a pitch black basement of an abandoned building. So to this day, this is the story of the mysterious Super Mario Brothers theme coming from the basement of an abandoned building.